Welcome to the TryLine podcast. I'm your host, Bo. This is my co-host, the people's host, Denny. How you going, mate?
Not bad. How are you?
Good. I'm getting nervous.
Okay.
The Cowboys are entrenched in top four. Obviously, entrenched. That's the word of the day. Get entrenched in the chat. But I am nervous because I had a look today, right? I've had a look. I like to do my research. I entrusted you with a little bit of help here, and what we found is alarming, to say the least. It's alarming for Cowboys fans, especially. Anyway,
Okay.
in the last 24 seasons, so since the NRL era begun in 1998, never has has the top eight at the end of round eight stayed the same come the end of the season. Never. That is not good news for us Cowboys fans. 7 times in the last 24 seasons, only one team has dropped out of the eight. In 1999 was the biggest change, with 4 teams dropping out of the eight. In 2006 was the biggest fall from grace. The Cowboys, they were first after round 8. They end up missing the top 8. That's the first time, only time that happened.
Yep.
On average, 2 teams drop out per year. So, the top 8 is the Panthers, Storm, the Mighty Cowboys, Sharks, Eels, Rabbitohs, Roosters, Manly. History says at least 2 miss out. Who misses out?
All right. I'm going to go through the teams that I think are safe from this. I think Panthers, Storm, and the Sharkies. I think they're all locks to make the 8. The rest, in my opinion, up in the air. So you got Bunnies, Manly, and Cowboys. 9 of their last 16 are against teams that are not in the 8 at the moment. And the Cowboys, they only leave Queensland, I think it was 6 of those 16 games. So I'm going to say you're safe here. The Cowboys are safe. They're locked in. Lock them in for the 8.
Let's go.
Manly, as I said, they've got 9 of the last 16. Turbo's back. I think they're gonna make the 8 as well. Para, I could see them dropping down the ladder, especially if they play the way they did on the weekend. Roosters, they've got the hardest run out of the lot. 10 of their last 16 games are against teams inside the top 8.
Wow.
Yeah, but my 2 teams that I'm going to say miss the 8 are the Bunnies. I don't think that they're doing too well at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Parramatta. I've lost all faith in Parramatta.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to tell me the Roosters don't make the 8.
It was out of the Roosters or Para.
That was going to be the biggest statement ever on the show.
It was Roosters or Para.
Okay. I like it. I'm gonna go something a bit bold here.
Okay.
I'll say no teams change. First time in history, no teams change. And the 2 teams I could build an argument for dropping out were the Eels as well and the Cowboys. But I like both their runs. Like you said, the Cowboys have a really favorable, yeah, run. They still get to play the Tigers twice, the Knights, the Dragons, Bulldogs, and Broncos, and they get the Panthers last round, which will be a reserve grade side. They win 4 or 5 of them, they're in the 8, guaranteed. Then the Eels, I actually liked their last month, and if we remember last year, they didn't have that good especially the back end of the middle of the year, and then they built at the back end of the year. They played their best football in the finals. Their last month, they've got the Bunnies at home, then they've got the Dogs, Broncos, and then a reserve grade Storm side in the last round.
Okay.
If they can pick up those 4 wins, they'll be in the 8 as well.
Well,
And then I can't see the Roosters dropping out. They've just got too much talent. They've got to work it out. The Sharks, like you said, the Panthers, Storm, Sharks, I think are pretty safe. Manly are the other ones. I'm not going to write off Turbo ever again in my life. So I say no teams change.
look, I'm gonna throw this out to you. Say the minor premiership is up in the air. I think both Penrith and Melbourne play their full strength squads to try and get that minor premiership.
But there's no advantage to come first. If they're going for minor premiers, right? But they're both locked into the top 2. They're both guaranteed to finish in top 2. They will play reserve grade side. You get $100,000 for finishing first. You get the shield. It doesn't really mean anything. They both get home semi-finals, and they both get a second bite of the cherry, and they don't have to play each other. So if they're in the top 2, they will be tracking out reserve grade sides. And I think whoever's in 3rd and 4th, knowing that they're coming up against the Panthers and Storm, will also run out shitty teams.
Okay.
in that last round.
So let's just say Storm are sitting in third.
So that's not a good sign.
So
Yeah, if the Storm is-
Storm or Penrith are sitting in third.
Yeah, then that ain't good. Especially if it's the Eels. If the Storm are sitting in third, come that last game, I'm sorry, the Eels are God's kids.
Yeah.
All right, so you had two dropping out. Who'd you have coming in?
Okay, my two teams coming in. Oh, let me get. So I've got the Broncos coming in, and
Okay.
possibly the Dragons.
Yeah, I picked. So we're writing off the Titans. The Titans are gone.
Oh, I don't see the Titans making any noise from me.
Yeah, they were. I don't know. There was a lot said about them at the start of the year, but they've just. I don't know. They're gone.
Yeah.
I like the Broncos. I think they've got enough talent there. They've had the talent there for years.
Yeah.
And I had the Broncos and Dragons at the start of the year finishing 9th and 10th anyway. So they'll be in and about there. But I'm going to say no changes. You're saying 2 changes.
If there has to be 2 changes, yes.
Well, so are you saying they will change or not?
I really don't want Para to fall out of the 8, but if 2 teams do fall out, those are the 2 teams.
Okay. All right. Let us know your 2 teams in the chat. If you think 2 teams will drop out, what do you think of the stat? Never, ever has the ladder been the same at round 8, at the end of round 8, as it's been at the same of the year.
Blame the Tigers.
The Tigers were one of the main culprits. The Cowboys were another bad one. But the Tigers really just held this stat up, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when it was one team, like I think, what did I say? I can't remember how many years it was only one team. Oh, it's 7 years. A lot of that time it was the Tigers.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the games.
Alrighty, we'll get into the games. We've got the Thursday night game. The Bunnies taking on the Broncos. The rematch. We'll see how this goes. Adam Reynolds is named to play in this one. Unfortunately, there is no Payne Haas or Kurt Capewell, both out due to injuries.
I'll go the Bunnies.
I'm taking Broncos. I'll take the Bronx.
You don't mind the no Payne Haas, no Pat Carrigan?
No, Pat Carrigan's there. No,
not Pat Carrigan. What's his name? The Edge.
Kurt Capewell. Yeah. You should know him. He's one of your boys.
Bit of experience out of that side though for them.
With Payne and Kurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at that. You look at that 4-pack. Very, very young 4-pack.
Nah, I'm still taking the Broncos. I still like the Broncos. I think they'll get it done.
Cool. I'm going the Rabbitohs.
Nice. On to the next. We got the Raiders taking on the Doggies at GIO Stadium. Same teams for pretty much both. Sorry. What's that word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but...
No, Jack Whiten's out. Matt Frawley's in at 6.
And Croker's in for this one as well.
Who you got?
Jared.
Yeah, Jared.
By the way, I said they had a young 4-pack. I think that Corey Jensen's like 28 or something. Anyway, on to the Raiders Bulldogs.
Did you just search that up?
Yeah, I did. Because I had a look. I said, no, he's been around.
Yeah.
He's been around the traps. I don't know. They're both very untippable for me.
I'm taking the Doggies.
Yeah.
I think the Doggies they're going to be up and about after beating the Roosters last week. I think they're just going to carry on. And I think they're going to get it done.
All right, I'll back in. I'll go the Dogs.
I'm saying
no Jack Whiten's a big out.
Yeah, and Frawley is a reserve grader. Come on, and I'm going to say the Fox has another cracker of a game.
Good on him.
Yeah, nice. On to the next. We got the Panthers taking on the Eels at Bluebet. We will be going to this game. Parramatta will be winning by 50.
I don't mind Parramatta's chances, actually.
Yeah. Well, Dylan Brown has been named at 6.
Yeah.
He's back in the 6. Tom Opacek is in the centres. Apart from that, no real big changes to either side from last week.
This is right up Para's alley, though. Local derby against a team and a game they're meant to lose. This is where they play their best footy.
Yeah.
I know why it is. This is always where they seem to play their best footy. You can't not pick Penrith because there's just too much talent there, but I'm really excited for this game, and I think either team by 10 or less is a great bet in this one.
No, I'm taking Eels.
I know you are.
I must.
You just tipped them to not make the 8, but they'll knock off the best team in the comp.
Yeah. No. We're
Fair
winning
enough.
by, I reckon, 18 points to 10.
Nice. I'll go the Panthers.
Easily. Anyway, we're also going to the next game. Manly taking on the Tigers at 4 Pines Park. Turbo, he is back.
Oh my god.
Back on the block. Ben Trbojevic, his brother, is in the centres. Schuster's been named. Olakwatu's back. Everything's looking...
Is that three Trbojevics in the starting side?
That is. Yeah, 3 Trbojevics in the starting side.
I just got so wrecked.
Oh, wow.
I just got so
There's
wrecked.
kids that
I'm
watch
sorry.
this, bro.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologise. I'll be going Manly and I can't help myself.
Yeah, I think Manly, I think they're gonna steamroll the Tigers.
Yeah, I don't know. The Tigers, I've really been impressed with their effort lately, but I don't think it'll be enough here.
Yeah, me neither.
We're going to that game as well.
I already said that.
No, I'm saying it now. Back-to-back games. We're actually going to back-to-back games.
Oh, you love to see it. Should we go to the next one? When's the next
Yep.
one? At BB in Mackay?
Mackay.
Mackay?
Yeah. We'll fly up to Mackay.
Mackay. Oh,
It's
mate.
definitely Mackay.
It looks like Mackay. It's Mackay.
We'll take it up with the Queensland Premier.
All right. Well, we got the next game. The Roosters taking on the Titans at BB Prince Stadium in Mackay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big game in Mackay.
It is
Huge
a big game. Yeah, huge game for the Titans because there's no David Fafita. No Dave. Apparently he's out for a month with a knee injury. I thought he was dropped.
Bo Fermor, is he a danger of like an Origin bolter or what?
I don't think so.
I think he's handy.
So would you have Bo Fermor or would you rather Nanai? Bring in Nanai at a younger age?
No, I'm thinking Bo Fermor kind of in the 18-19 jersey. Get him in the camp. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe get him in the camp, not the 18-19 jersey, maybe a little bit lower.
What, just to like run the water or something?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, get him into Mackay.
Yeah, get Mackay. It is Mackay. It's not Mackay anymore. We're changing the name.
The Roosters have to click sometime. I'm picking the Roosters.
Yeah, I think the Roosters by plenty. On to the next. We got your boys, the Cowboys, taking on the Knights at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, the lowest stadium name probably in the world.
Knights 13+. Before you go the ins and outs, get us into the ins and outs. But Knights 13+.
Oh, okay. Well, not many for the Cowboys. Don't think any. I think that's pretty much the same team as last week. But for the Knights, so there's no Simi, who played in the centres last week, got towed up by Olam. There is no Jake Clifford, no Adam Clune, and no Brady Jones. But that's because Fitzgibbon is back, and no Kurt Mann.
Yep. Now I will say, for people that are out there saying that the Clifford thing, whatever, he has been dropped. He has 100% been dropped for this game. Adam Clune is a different story. He's injured. He's actually been impressed with Adam Clune's work. Jake Clifford, if at the start of the year I said out of Jake Clifford and Adam Clune, one of them would be dropped in round 8, who would you say?
Oh,
no,
if
I said,
yeah, okay, yeah,
you would 100% be thinking Adam Clune.
Yeah, 100%.
Jake Clifford has been dropped from this side. The coach has said that he wants him to work on some things away from the game. Maybe he alluded to his preparation for the games and stuff. The worst thing was he hooked him on the weekend, and then Adam Clune got injured, so he had to put him back out there. So that wasn't great for them. I'm starting to feel for the Knights, man. Their fan base was right up and about after round 2, thinking Joey had brought back, but Joey said in the off season they need a halfback.
Yeah,
they need a halfback, and they desperately need a halfback, really bad.
Yeah,
I wanted them to sign Brooks. They didn't do that. There's still a chance that could happen with Dewey coming back. Now I'm thinking Brooks wants to stay where he is. He's enjoying his football at the moment.
Yep.
So yeah, they missed the boat. The Tigers wouldn't release him. Actually, the Knights were going to get him, but the Tigers wouldn't let him go.
Well, there you go.
I like the Knights in this matchup. Great matchup for the Knights.
Knights 13+. I'll be tipping the Cowboys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
It's their own.
Kyle Felt will probably score. I think they'll keep going back his way. Val Holmes will score as well, and I'm thinking Scotty will score 3 tries.
What about Tommy Dearden? See his try last week? Inside, outside.
Why would I see his try? Why would I watch his try?
Sorry. We can move on.
Yes, thank you. We got the Storm taking on the Dragons at Amy Park. What's so funny?
Nothing's so funny. I just think we should watch a replay together.
I will not be watching.
Let us know if you're interested in that, like us watching the replay live on YouTube, watching the whole game.
I'll only do it for money.
Okay. All right. On to Sunday, 2 p.m, Amy Park.
Yeah, the Storm taking on the Dragons. Tepai Moroa, he's out. But other than that, it's like this. It's the same team. It's just a good team. It's just
a great team.
Have a look at the team. Like Pappy, Olam, Munster, Hughes.
Think about this. This team loses players every single year. People thought I was mad when I tipped them to win the comp this year. The Storm lose players every single year.
Do they?
Yeah. Mate, of course they do.
Who'd they lose last year?
They lost Josh Adokar.
Oh, yeah. Well, they brought in Xavier Coates.
I know, but this is what they do. They just keep recycling, reinvent. They lost Nico Hines as well. Handy player.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Yeah.
They're losing Brandon Smith this year too.
Yeah.
Or next year,
and people will say, oh, that's going to be a big loss. Watch them just reinvent it like that.
Just carry on like nothing happened.
Just carry on. Now, both these teams are on winning streaks. Does that give you any confidence in the Drags?
No, this will be like 30 plus to Storm. They're in a mood, the Storm.
They're in a mood.
They are in a mood. And it's like this every year. Mid-year, they just go on a roll and they just smash everyone.
Now, I say this about the Dragons. I don't mind their team. You just said you think they're a chance to make the 8. I see a lot of old legs in that middle of the park. And I see young legs on the other side of the field. And Harry Grant, Cam Munster, Jerome Hughes, Brian Pappenhausen, they love that middle third. They love getting around the ruck. They love playing through teams. Brandon Smith, I see this just getting cut up the middle. Your Pappy's good for 2 tries here. I think Melbourne by plenty.
Yeah, well, you got to think about it. In recent memory, this is when the Dragons fall apart, and this is when the Storm come to. So I'm thinking the Storm will just absolutely flog them.
I'm really worried about this. Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Come 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon, the Dragons will be in a whole heap of hurt.
Yeah, someone called Melbourne Police. There's going to be a murder.
There will be.
There'll be a murder at Amy Park, 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the last game. We've got the Sharkies taking the Warriors. Sharkies, they're looking pretty good. Warriors, on the other hand, not so much.
Terrible game last week for the Sharks, though. They were really bang average, but the Warriors were worse than one. So I'm going the Sharks.
Yeah, I'll go the Sharkies by a fair bit too.
I like Dijon Assey at 6, though, for the Warriors. I do like that change.
Yeah, he played well last week.
Yeah. He's handy, man. He's a really good player. I'm glad he's gone to another side too, because he was going to struggle to get into that Cowboys side.
Yeah.
And he's too good to be playing reserve grade.
Yeah, he struggled to get playing time because Chad was just too good, keeping him out.
Good things on the horizon for the Warriors. They're going back home pretty soon. I'll just shudder to think whoever they're playing in that return game loses. I think the Warriors will be way up for it and they'll win that return game.
Yeah.
As for the Warriors as well, I think they signed one of the hottest young prospects, that Vulcan. From the Roosters.
Roosters, yeah.
Yeah, he's meant to be just outstanding. They've signed him, so that'll be a good pickup for them.
Yeah.
But they won't be winning this.
No, not a chance. I don't think so, anyway.
All right, recap the picks. Give us a recap.
Can
you remember?
I'm taking the Broncos. You're taking the Bunnies. We're both taking the Doggies. Yep. I'm taking Eels. You're taking Penrith. Both on Manly. Both on the Roosters. You're tipping the Knights by 13 plus.
At least 13.
I've got the Cowboys. Both on the Storm. Both on the Sharkies.
All right. That's it for this week. If you like this podcast, just do your best to
give us some money.
Live your best life. Yeah. Danny's going to be standing outside Coles in somewhere. He's going to be standing outside of Coles. Yep. Go to every Coles you know. Yeah. He'll be outside one of them with a bucket. Drop your money in there.
Please.
How much are we? Well, it's only tenors. Tenors and above.
Yeah, please. Otherwise,
we don't want you to change.
Yep. You'll be banned from the podcast if it's under $10. Yeah, I'll still take $10. It, but you're banned.
Yeah, you'll still have it. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
It doesn't count as a donation. All right, thanks for watching. Seriously, it means a lot. And Danny, send us home.